Welcome to Mooseport is an interesting concept. We have a really great cast. The execution was okay. I think it could have been a lot more fun than it was. It's not the most engaging, but it's not too bad. This was released in 2004. It's directed by Donald Petrie, written by Tom Schulman, with a brilliant cast including Romano and Gene Hackman. It's because of Romano that I became aware of this, and I thought, yeah, this sounds really interesting. I was going to say, let's give it a go, but I was going to watch it regardless of whether or not it sounded interesting, as I'm currently watching every Romano film. And in general, it's an okay experience. It's about a character called Monroe Eagle Cole, who is a former US president, and he moves to this little town in Maine called Mooseport, which I don't believe is a real place. It doesn't have a Wikipedia article. Correct me if I'm wrong, but he moves to this town, and this is where he's, I guess, retiring from being president. And Handy Harrison, played by Romano, is... Well, I rather liked his character quite a lot. He is actually running for mayor because the local mayor is no longer the mayor. And, well, Eagle is not ready to give up being in charge yet. Cole is also running for mayor, and we have the local running against the former president. Who is going to win? Well, honestly, it could go either way. People might want the president to be mayor because... that seems like an interesting thing, but also somebody who's local to the town, who knows the townspeople, who is a very likeable, personable character. I think he could get a lot of votes as well. What's going to happen? Well, I'm not going to say. The narrative is interesting enough. There's nothing about it that doesn't work. The pacing is fine. I just think it could have been a lot more fun and entertaining than it actually was. That's not to say it was boring, but the concept sounded like it could have had a lot of really great scenarios. There could have been a lot of fun with this, and it was just... mildly amusing. Also, Gene Hackman and Romano, great performances. The characters are really well written, but I think they could have gotten more out of the characters in terms of the comedy. So I don't think it was as good as it could have been. I think there was even more potential for it to be a really great experience. But as I said, I didn't dislike it. It's not funny, and there are times when obviously it gets a little bit dramatic as well, just to keep things interesting. And in general, I was emotionally invested. I wanted to see what would happen. Of course, I'm not going to give away what happens, but in general, I was happy with every aspect of the narrative. There wasn't anything that was too disappointing or anything. So I'd say it's a really good film. It's a fun concept, reasonably well executed, well-written characters, great performances. I just don't think it met its potential. Is it fair to then criticize a film just because it's not as good as it could be? Well, it depends. It's a good film. I think it could have been better, but it's still an enjoyable experience. So if you're curious, if you want to see what it's like, then absolutely, I'd say it's worth checking out. It wasn't as brilliant as I hoped for, but I'd say I still enjoyed the experience. It's an interesting concept. Pretty happy with the execution. Could be better, but what we got was still pretty good. So, all things considered, I'd say Welcome to Mooseport was not too bad, and it may be one that's worth checking out.